is up, everybody? It is I, Shino Phoenix, here on YouTube. Greetings, salutations for those of you who are watching. And for those of you who don't know, I am streaming at the same time while recording this YouTube video. So half of this is going to be on the YouTube channel. So if you guys are on YouTube and you're not following me on Twitch, please do so. Follow me on Twitch at Shino Phoenix, where we do TWA, which is our WWE 2K show, every Tuesdays. And Wednesday we do a variety game. Like this Wednesday we're going to be doing Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. And we're going to continue what goes on in the life of the Phoenix Island. So please, you don't want to miss that. And if you just want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Shino Phoenix, TikTok, Shino D Phoenix, Twitter, which I might be making a comeback soon, Shino D Phoenix. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it is simply free. That way you guys don't have to miss any of my wrestle vlogs or my YouTube shorts. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is 100% free. Excuse me one second. You know, I have been holding this in for so long. Like, I want y'all to understand how I'm feeling as a pro wrestling fan. Now, every WrestleMania, every post-WrestleMania, WWE always does their releases, post WrestleMania, and some of the names it could be because they're not improving, or some of them are just shocking. 2026, oh boy, we got a lot of names that were let go. And what I want to do, usually I want to start from the top. Usually I would start at the top from the main roster to NXT and developmental, but we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to do developmental to NXT and then to the main roster, because going there, it makes it a little bit easier. But I do have a lot to say, and I want to get this off my chest. That way you guys could know how I feel about these releases. Okay? Starting at the bottom. Like, starting from developmental to LFG to NXT. Now, Carly Bright revealed on her IG, I believe it was yesterday, either yesterday or like on Sunday, she revealed that she was released from WWE, because her latest, this is what she said on, this was 2 days ago. She said, "Tonight you will see me on season 3 of WWE LFG," which we will get into in a second, because there's one name in LFG that won the LFG that was let go. What you won't see is that just 2 days ago, my time with WWE officially came to an end. This wasn't how I imagined this chapter ending, but if there's one thing this journey taught me, is how to fight through uncertainty and the moments that test who you really are. I don't know if there'll ever be enough words to express the gratitude and love I have for this chapter. From all of the hours filming, hairspray and makeup, long drives, and intense training days, I really did feel like my version's own Hannah Montana, living the best of both worlds. I cherish the laughs, the memories, and the people who made this experience better than I could have ever imagined. You changed my life, and that's something I'll carry with me forever. Lastly, to sweet baby Kenny, you did it. You made it farther than you ever thought you would. You lived out your childhood dream, and that makes me truly feel like the luckiest girl in the world. Wrestling has such a funny way of saying I love you. If there's one thing I know about myself, is this. Mom and dad didn't raise a quitter. This chapter may be closing, but my story is far from finished. So, and it's sad that she was not given like a chance to show what she was all about. Like you usually saw her on Evolve on Tubi, or like they brought her in on NXT and they did this hype package for Carly Bright only to just be like, we don't know what to do with her. That's pretty much what I got out of that. It's like they didn't know what to do with Carly Bright. And I don't know if it's she wasn't improving. I don't know if it's XYZ, but look, I'm not going to be one of those people on social media or on this platform that's going to speculate where they're going to go. Okay? I don't want to do that. Like, it sucks that people lose their jobs. Like, I really don't like that. It's the worst time where WWE does that spring cleaning. And I thought she had potential. Like, I honestly thought that this woman had potential. And I think they did not give her a chance to give her that said potential. And while you're out there signing people from the Next in Line program to people on the indies, it is like, and you can see why they're letting these people go. They want to make room for the new signings. They do this every single year. Everybody in that company is dispendable. They are a number. Okay? But Carly Bright, no pun intended, she has a bright future ahead of her no matter where she goes. Luca Crucifino. Now, you guys may remember Luca Crucifino when he was part of the Don's family in NXT as a lawyer. They brought him in, did some work in NXT, didn't really do much. And this lawyer gimmick, it wasn't going to go anywhere. It wasn't. And this is the God honest truth. It was not going to go anywhere. So they bought him in Evolve. They had him be like this, I wouldn't say like a hippie raver type gimmick. Like, because that's what it felt like. They were trying to test this gimmick out. I don't know if they just soured on it, and I don't think it worked out. But, and Luca Crucifino, he announced his retirement from pro wrestling. So I don't know what's next for him, but I wish him nothing but the best. We have Malik Blade. You may remember him in the NXT 2.0 days when he teamed with Idris Enofe. Now, there's really not much I could say about him. I mean, the tag team with Idris was great, but there really wasn't much to say about it. I wish him nothing but the best. Trill London, and I know there's some people that will say, who? Now, Trill London, if you watch Evolve, he's trying to be like, when you look at the gimmick, it kind of has that Jeff Hardy-esque, like, how would I put it? It has that Jeff Hardy feel to it. And he even said himself that he was inspired by Jeff Hardy. And he's on the new season of LFG. And I honestly don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know what he has up in store for himself. If he wants to continue pro wrestling, I don't know. I don't know. But again, I wish this guy nothing but the best. Serena Linton, another name from season 1 of LFG. And I mean, she has a good look. I'm not going to lie. She has a really, really good look. I just feel that she wasn't given the chance. Again, most of these names weren't given the chance to show what they were truly capable of if you're in developmental. But, I mean, she could have teamed with Skylar Ray if that would have been something you could help with your tag team division for your women's side. But, I don't know. If she continues wrestling, because there's one person who was released, and it was another woman who was dating, this was like a year ago, who was dating Ilya Dragunov, and she's on the indies. I think it was Lady Lay. And if somebody in the comments could correct me, she's on the indies and she's doing her own thing and she's making herself be better. So some of these people, they might just do the indies. I don't know. But again, I wish her nothing but the best. Chris Island. Really not much I could say about Chris Island. I mean, if you see him on LFG, you know, but there's really not much that I could say about him. I wish him nothing but the best. And if he wants to continue pro wrestling, you know where you should start. Tyra May Steele. Hold on one second. Tyra May Steele won the season 1 of LFG, and they gave her an NXT contract. You saw her briefly on NXT, and then you see her on Evolve, and last time I remember seeing her is her getting in a face-to-face confrontational with Callie Armstrong. And it's kind of, I wouldn't say poetic. It just feels like it's you predicted that you were going to be let go. If you saw on her Twitter, she talked about her dream job in WWE, and people on social media thought that she was released when WWE clarified that she was not released. And now here we are, like near the end of April, and she got let go. So can somebody ask what's the purpose of LFG? This is like LFG is legends and future greats. She won season 1. You put her on NXT, then you put her on Evolve, and then you gave her the termination papers. Yeah, that's a good, I just question what's the point of LFG when you see most of the people that are on LFG. If you're watching season 3 right now, there's Nikita Lyons on there, and Nikita Lyons has been on Evolve and on NXT. So again, Callie Armstrong, you see her on NXT right now. What's the point of having LFG winners if they're not going to be there for a long time? Like, it just defeats the purpose. It really does. But Tyra May, she's going to do fine somewhere else. Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont. Now, I remember these two. They were a tag team back in NXT. They tried to push these guys so hard. And for me personally, something about them just didn't click with me. They paired them up with Wes Lee. Like, let me say that again. They paired these two up with Wes Lee, the former Desmond Xavier of the Rascals. And I look at this, and I'm just saying to myself, man, I don't know where these guys are going to be heading. Like, it feels like they're just expendable. That's the best way I could describe it. They are expendable. They tried Evolve. It didn't work. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because they weren't improving. Like, that's the only thing I could think of right now as to why they let them go. Maybe they weren't improving. Maybe they weren't committed. I don't know. I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm really not. I don't want to be the guy who plays devil's advocate. I just want some kind of common sense, if you want me to be real. I don't know what's next for those two. But wherever they go, I hope they do their best. Andre Chase. This one, if you want me to be real, guys, I I love the Chase U gimmick. Like, he found success with that gimmick on NXT. And it worked on NXT. And I literally said to myself, if he was going to go to the main roster, this is not going to work. It will not work. Like, it won't work on the main roster if you don't explain to the people about Chase U or Andre Chase. Like, don't get me wrong. Him, Thea Hale, Duke Hudson, it just worked. Like, it seriously worked. Even they won the tag titles once. Like, Duke and Andre won the tag titles from Fraxium. Just once. And it was a feel-good moment. And they tried to do the Chase U stuff again, and it just wasn't going to click. And I think Andre knew that he already hit his ceiling down in NXT. Like, if he went to the main roster, he would die 1,000 deaths with that gimmick. And I know there's going to be people that's going to say, well, WWE ain't going to give him they didn't give this gimmick a chance. WWE ain't going to give this gimmick a chance because I think they knew, and I think Harlem Bravado knows that this gimmick is not going to get over on the main roster. People are going to be looking at this like, what the fuck is this? And Harlem Bravado's a good wrestler. Like, he really is. I just think that they'll make, I don't know, man. But there's one teachable moment that I will say here is, I'll save that at the end. I'll save it at the end. Because there's one release that I have a lot to say. Okay? But I think Andre Chase is going to do fine somewhere else. Dante Chen, I think they build him, if I'm correct, they hyped this guy up as the first Singapore signing for WWE. He's the first Singapore wrestler to sign with WWE. And you mostly saw him on NXT and Evolve. And he was literally a gatekeeper. That's who he was. He was literally a gatekeeper to up-and-coming talents. I don't know if Dante Chen wants to continue wrestling again, but look, if he does, I wish him nothing but the best. I really do. I wish him nothing but the best, and I hope he does well. So that's all of like the developmental LFG and NXT. Let's get down to the main roster. Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews has been with WWE for 11 years. Didn't Dante Chen? I think he did. I'm not sure. And for those of you who are seeing the video, I'm literally streaming as well. So just want to let you all know on that. Apollo Crews. Last time I saw Apollo Crews, like in a one-on-one match for me, it was at AAA. Now, Apollo Crews has been with this company for 11 years. Like 10 to 11 years. And look, Apollo Crews is good. Yes, he's won the United States title. They gave him this Nigerian accent, and they had his bodyguard. They had him with his bodyguard Babatunde. And yeah, I still remember this. I don't know why they didn't give this guy a shot. Like, this guy has been under Vince and he has been under Triple H. And Apollo is fucking good. Like, he is fucking good. And you mostly saw him backstage. You mostly saw him in catering doing nothing. They really didn't give this guy a chance. They didn't give this guy a chance. But Uhaa Nation definitely will be killing it elsewhere. You'll see the return of Uhaa Nation really, really soon. Alba Fire. The former Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray is better than Alba Fire. Kaylee Ray will walk circles over Alba Fire. If you remember the old days back in NXT UK, Kaylee Ray had a dominant reign as the NXT UK Women's Champion. That's how I will remember Kaylee Ray in her time in WWE. They changed her name to Alba Fire, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. They changed it in the 2.0 era of NXT. They had her as one half of the Secret Harvest, but she was literally done. As soon as Piper Niven was out with an injury, she was done. She was done. Like, literally done. And she was just an enhancement talent for somebody that they were going to be building up. And look, Kaylee Ray against anybody on the Indies or any other promotion, she would absolutely kill it. She would absolutely kill it. No doubt about it. And I just... It's really hard that they had to let this woman go because Kaylee Ray is incredibly talented. She really is. She really is. It's unfortunate, man. It really is. It's absolutely unfortunate. Santos Escobar. Where do I even begin with this? Okay, first of all, let me be real when I say this. You bring in Santos Escobar, okay? Like, are you guys following me on this? You let his contract expire, all right? And he was going to walk. Like, he was going to walk somewhere else. And all of a sudden, you pull a 180 and you give him a new contract with a bigger pay raise. And you have him do some stuff in AAA, I guess. I mean, if that's the case, then by all means, should have stayed with AAA. I'm just saying. Like, the last time we saw him, he was in the Rey de Reyes Fatal 4-Way, if I'm correct. And you could tell something was off with Santos Escobar. Even when he was teasing about going after Dr. Wagner Jr., for his title. And I look at this and I'm just saying to myself, something just feels off. And he was injured. He had surgery and he's recovering, only for WWE to just be like, here's your pink slip. We just have no use for you. You released a guy who is recovering from surgery. And I don't know if they have I don't know what their motto is. I really don't know what they were thinking because Santos Escobar is fucking good. Like, if you go to the early days of Lucha Underground, when he was King Cuerno, that guy was a fucking beast. He was a fucking beast. And they just... And I just don't know, man. I honestly don't know what's next for Santos Escobar. Now, first of all, I hope he gets well soon. And second of all, when the time comes when he talks about his release, we'll have more details about it. But I want to hear from Santos himself. But he's going to do fine. He's going to do fine. Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark. Did y'all know that she got cleared? She got cleared only for this company to give her the phone call and tell her that you are released from this company. We wish you nothing but the best of your future endeavors. Like, what? Do you know you got a mid-card title here? You got mid-card titles on Raw and SmackDown? She would have been perfect for that role. And if I could judge this, maybe it's just that WWE Creative just had nothing for her. Like, if you go back to that injury she sustained in that triple threat match against Rhea and Kyrie. Trust me, we're going to get to Kyrie in a second because, like I said, I have a lot to say about that one. Like, she blew out her knee. Like, when she went for that springboard dropkick, she blew out her fucking knee. And you heard her screaming in pain. And that's still one of the hardest things that I had to see. But look, Zoe Stark, she's going to kill it on the indies. She's going to kill it anywhere she goes. And I just hope for the best. Motor City Machine Guns. Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, gone from WWE. Two problems here. Number one, you bring them in a dead tag team division in WWE. Let me go on a tangent for 1 second, if you don't mind. Can somebody please explain to me what's the purpose of having two separate tag team titles? I've said this. I've literally said this at WrestleMania 40. It does not make any sense to have two separate tag team titles. It just doesn't. And guess who was right? This guy. And it's not just me. It's anybody who says that splitting up the tag team division is stupid. You bring the Motor City Machine Guns in, and granted, yeah, they won the tag team titles they won the tag team titles against the Bloodline on SmackDown. And they had it for what? Like 4 months, 4 weeks? And I'm going to be real when I say this. And for anybody who says the tag team division is better, you're wrong. The tag team division in WWE is dead. It is dead. And what really gets me is that you had Paul Heyman on Raw last week saying the tag team division is stronger. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. Like, let's look at the tag teams that they currently have that is active. Like on Raw and SmackDown. Like, we're going to combine all of it to see how I can make this so easy. You got the Vision, which is Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And honestly, I love Austin Theory. This is not helping him. It's not. It's not. And you could say, well, they're the tag team champions. Look, the tag titles don't feel like it's important. You should treat your titles like they are important, not a fucking prop. If they're a prop and they're just used to enhance someone else, like, and this is the thing I take seriously when it comes to having championship belts. Like, if you're going to treat your titles with respect, like, if you're going to treat it like it's a big deal, treat it like it's a big deal. Because right now, it does not feel like a big deal. You got the Vision. You got the Usos. You got the Street Profits, who are on Monday Night Raw right now. Like, those are the three tag teams that are heavily featured on Monday Night Raw. Meanwhile, you have the Creed brothers. Where the fuck is the Creed brothers? Where the fuck is the Creed brothers? Somebody tell me, where are they? Do you not know how talented those two are? You have the Alpha Academy with Tozawa and Otis. You should be doing more with them. They're a solid tag team. The War Raiders, they're in AAA. Feuding with Pagano and Psycho Clown for the AAA tag team titles. Like, there's 6 tag teams I could think of right now. 6 on Monday Night Raw. Meanwhile, on SmackDown, you got the MFTs. Like, you could say Damian Priest and R-Truth, but they're not a team. They're not a team. They're not. You have Fraxium, which I want them to do more with Fraxium because they're talented as hell. Like, I would say Pretty Deadly, but Elton Prince, he is hurt. I don't know how long this man's going to be out, but Kit Wilson, he's doing his thing. Like, I can't even think of any tag teams on SmackDown right now. That's how you know the tag team division in WWE is deplorable. It is awful. It is absolutely fucking awful. And they could trot out anybody to say that they care about the tag team division. Just let their actions speak louder than their fucking words. WWE does not give a shit about tag team wrestling. If they did, they would put the effort into making the tag team divisions better. Better. That's all I want. Better. Motor City Machine Guns, they could have just started them off in NXT. AJ Styles himself said that he wants every new talent to start in NXT. That way they could learn the WWE system. Like, you don't just bring somebody up straight to the main roster hoping that they could get over because, oh, the people and the IWC know who they are. Like, I know who the Motor City Machine Guns are. Like, if you watch TNA in the early days, you know they were a great tag team. If you saw them on the Indies in PWG and their matches with the Young Bucks or any other tag teams, you know how good they are. They've also held singles gold back in TNA. Did you know that Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are former TNA world champions? Did you know that I got the chance to watch Chris Sabin defend his X Division title against Mustafa Ali in an excellent match at my first TNA wrestling show? They're talented as a tag team, but they're talented as singles. Do you know what they had the Motor City Machine Guns do? They had them trying to convince Johnny Gargano that he is Johnny Wrestling, who is laying on a construction crate, like planking and feeling miserable. Like, he feels miserable. That's the best that they got with the Motor City Machine Guns, Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae. Yeah, some good creative there, WWE. Some good creative. If you know where they're going, you know where they're going to go. I'm not even going to say it. The Wyatts. Speaking of tag teams, the Wyatt Six. Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Nikki Cross. Gone from WWE. You know what's crazy when you had one of the best debuts of the Wyatt Six? Just one of the best debuts, honestly, on Monday Night Raw. Like, they executed that perfectly. Yeah, they won the tag titles. Yes, they were part of that excellent ladder match at SummerSlam last year against Rey Fenix and Andrade. You have DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits. And I'm trying to think, Infraxium. Like, I still go back to that ladder match because it was fucking excellent. One of the best ladder matches I've seen. But this year alone, this will go down for them. They had the absolute worst fucking feud with the MFTs over a fucking lantern. Yeah, that's the best that you got. Yeah, let's feud over a fucking lantern. Let's have Uncle Howdy beat one member of the MFT, grab the lantern, only to get laid out, only for one member of the MFTs to take the fucking lantern again. Yeah, that's some riveting television there, WWE creative. That is some riveting that is some riveting television there, WWE creative. Good job. Good fucking job. Good fucking job. And the blow off, they lose. Shows you how WWE feels about the Wyatts. But you know how, and I don't want to sound like I'm being honest, but I have to be honest. This would have worked so much better if Bray was still alive. Like, it would have worked so much better if Bray was still alive. Like, you could, like, and another thing that really gets me is you have Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, Nikki Cross, and we know about Eric Rowan's history with the Wyatts. We all know that. But we didn't get an explanation on why they joined the Wyatts. Like, all I want is explanations. That's all. I'm not asking for much. Like, give me a reason to care. Like, I love the Wyatts. I really do. Like, they had a whole Universal Studios for the Wyatts. And that was a really good moment for them. And the more I look at this, it's just, you literally wasted a lot of people's times with this. But for all 5 of them, I hope nothing but the best for them. I think they're going to do well. Yeah, I just hope for the best. I really do. Like, just a shame, man. A shame. And again, it proves my point. Before I get to the next ones, the last 3. If WWE really cared about their tag team divisions, they would have like the Wyatts and Motor City Machine Guns, and you would have one big tag team division where it's fucking competitive. Proves my point. They don't care. They don't care. Zelina Vega. Now, if you watched her Twitch stream when she talked about her release, she mentioned that she got a call from TKO. And this is where everybody started shifting the blame at TKO. And look, you could I got one reason to blame TKO for the next one. But, and I want y'all to understand this. Every single year, WWE does these post-WrestleMania cuts. And we point the finger of blame at Vince McMahon. We point the finger of blame at him. So I don't see why we should not point the finger of blame at Triple H. Why we should not point the finger of blame at Nick Khan. Why we should not point the finger of blame at WWE Talent Relations. They have the final say on who they want to cut. They do this every single time. You can't just give them a cookie and a pass. It's so ridiculous, man. Now, Zelina, you could tell if you watched her stream, she looked frustrated. She sounded frustrated. I know when someone is frustrated, like, cause she went on, like, she said on Twitch that at least let me have the courtesy to put my statement out there before word gets out, and pretty much told Sean Ross Sapp to fuck you. And look, and I know Sean Ross Sapp. I know there's some people who don't like Sean Ross Sapp because he's a piece of shit. And I know there's some people who will defend Sean Ross Sapp, and some people who have met Sean Ross Sapp that see him as a guy, a nice guy. But at the same time, if he wasn't going to put it out there, Bodyslam.net, Corey Hayes, Meltzer Alvarez from Wrestling Observer, Mike Johnson of PW Insider, these other wrestling journalists, they will put it out there. It's not just Fightful. Like, there are other wrestling journalists that will put it out there that you got let go. And I could see why she's upset, but at the same time, Sean Ross Sapp was doing his job. And I get you're frustrated. And you want to take your anger out on Sean Ross Sapp. I get it. I know how that feels. And look, and I'm not trying to say Sean Ross Sapp is in the wrong or Zelina's in the wrong. I would be frustrated too. Like, this woman won the United States Championship from Chelsea Green. She got no reaction when she came out. They put the title on Julia, and her and Julia, they had a really good match. They had a really, really good match. I wouldn't say excellent, but good. But people just didn't care. They paired her with Aleister Black, which we will get into in a second. And they pretty much gave them the Karrion Kross Scarlet treatment. That's what they gave them. The Karrion Kross and Scarlet treatment. Zelina Vega may be done, but Thea Trinidad, she's going to do fine somewhere else. She'll do fine somewhere else. Aleister Black. Do you want to know how much of a slap in the face this release is to me? Last year, you bring him back. You bring him back on the post-SmackDown after WrestleMania against The Miz. And this one, and then a year later, on SmackDown, the post-SmackDown after WrestleMania, chop, chop, cut, pink slip, axe, phone call, goodbye. Only a year. Only a year. And did you know that he beat Randy Orton Did you know that Aleister Black beat Randy Orton? You know, and this is where I call out TKO on their bullshit. Like, I really want to call them out on their bullshit because this shit really, really pissed me off. Did you guys know? Did you guys know that Randy Orton was originally slated to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania Night 1? Did you also know that instead of doing Pat McAfee, they were going to do Aleister Black? He was going to be slotted in the main event. He was going to be slotted in the main event. And TKO, Ari Emanuel, thought it was a good idea to have Pat McAfee be the guy to be Randy Orton's voice in his head, telling him to be the legend killer, the apex killer, instead of Aleister Black. They chose Pat McAfee, Pat McAfee even said himself that this was not going to work. Even Jelly Roll said that this was not going to work. Do you know why I had an issue with the Cody Rhodes Randy Orton feud? It's because of that. TKO had to stick their nose in their business when they weren't needed. They weren't needed. You had a simple storyline for this year's WrestleMania, and you found a way to fuck it up. Sure, Cody retained. Sure, Randy punt kicked Cody Rhodes. I felt nothing. Like, yeah, I was happy to see it, but I felt nothing at the end. I'm like, all this for what? You could have had Aleister Black being proven right. And you would have had Aleister Black and Cody Rhodes one-on-one. You would have had Aleister Black being built up in the main event. But you chose Pat over Aleister Black. You chose Pat over Aleister Black. And now he's out of a job. 1 year 1 year later he returns, and then this year he gets cut. I really don't know what else I could say on this. I just don't know what else I could say on this. He already burned bridges at the other company. They don't want him back. I don't know what's next for him. I really don't. And then this last one. If you see the shirt I'm wearing, you already know. You already know. This one really, really pissed me off. And you want to know the worst way I found out about this release? I came out of the movies. I came out of the Michael Jackson movie, and I saw that Kairi Sane's name was on the list of cuts. Yes, Kairi, who was in the middle of a storyline with Asuka and Io Sky. And I want to take it to Sunday. You had 6 matches. 6 fucking matches. 6. You couldn't add a 7th match to make it even. You couldn't add number 7, lucky number 7. You couldn't add Asuka versus Io Sky at WrestleMania where the payoff could have happened there. But you chose John Cena, The Miz, Kit Wilson, and Danhausen. No disrespect to all 4 of them. No disrespect to all 4 of them. You chose them over not putting Asuka versus Io Sky on the big stage at WrestleMania, yet they have to face each other at Backlash with no fucking payoff. None. You wasted my time. You wasted Asuka's time. You wasted Io's time. What are we doing? What's the point of this match if you can't have the fucking payoff? Don't get me wrong, the match is going to be good. Hell, it's going to be even great. But you're going to have people bombarding them with chants of "We want Kyrie!" And I know what you guys are going to be thinking. I know what WWE Creative is thinking. This is their brilliant idea. I don't know if this is going to happen. And just mark it if this happens. Because let me let y'all know, Julia is no longer the Women's United States Champion. I don't know if she's going to stay on SmackDown. I don't know if they're going to move her to Monday Night Raw. But if they pull this stunt, have Julia cost Io the match, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I'm going to be fucking pissed. And I love Julia, but it's just lazy booking 101. They better not do that. You better build Julia into that main event slot on the women's side on SmackDown. Because you've pretty much done nothing with her as the United States Champion. And you want to know how royally you fucked up letting Kyrie Sane be let go? And I saw Monday morning that there was a narrative being thrown out that she missed Japan, like she wanted to go back to Japan, and they wanted to release her, but her contract would have been up for 4 to 6 months. It's like you're trying to spin a narrative. WWE had this storyline right in the bag. This was one of the best storylines, and they fucked it up. How do you fuck up something that's so simple? The payoff should have been at WrestleMania where Kyrie finally said enough is enough. And you could have pushed Kyrie to the top. And you got people on social media with the hashtag "We Want Kyrie." That was the #2 trend on Twitter. #2. That's how you know you fucked up. And I'm about to go off on a tangent because this one really, really pissed me off. And if Nick Khan honestly thinks that the vocal minorities are just, you just ignore the criticisms, and that's not going to work. It's not. You're going to cave in at some point. The only reason you don't want to bring her back is because you don't want to have another R-Truth moment. You don't. You honestly do not want another R-Truth moment from last year. Sooner or later, you're going to cave. You're going to cave in. If you think you're going to sweep this under the rug, that this is going to die out, bruh, you got another thing coming. It worked with Karrion Kross. I don't know if it's going to work with Kyrie, because Kyrie is well liked. She is well liked by everybody. If you watch Raw last night, you saw that the people in Laredo, Texas were chanting, "We want Kyrie." If that's not a problem, Mr. Papa H, if that's not a problem, you royally fucked up. You screwed up. You have nobody to blame but yourself. You ain't blaming the fans. You ain't going to tell the fans to shut the fuck up and enjoy the product. And this is for anybody out here. And I want y'all to understand this. And JD from New York said it best. If you have a platform, go out there and fucking use it and let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. You can't just sit there and accept mediocrity. You just can't sit there and accept bullshit. You can't. For all those names that I mentioned that got let go, support the talent. Don't support the company, support the talent. Support them wherever they go. Buy their shirt, support them. Follow their socials, support them. If they're at an event near you, support them. This company should be ashamed of themselves. But they don't care. They have told you straight up they don't care. If you care about your fans, you might want to do the right thing. Kairi's already in Japan. She's already in Japan. I just don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I'm not going to say I want this company burned to the ground. I'm not going to do that. And I also want to say this. If you're one of those people who are speculating about who's going to be fired, go fuck off. Seriously, go fuck off. Just fuck off. Don't just say, oh, I hope this... Like, there were people who were saying that Stephanie Vaquer was going to be let go on social media. This is the thing I hate about the IWC. They like to speculate. And look, we all speculate. We do it all the time. But to speculate on somebody's job, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the fucking line. Like, I don't like that shit. I don't like when people do that for engagement. I fucking hate that. I hate that so goddamn much. And I've been a wrestling fan for a long time. I just don't like my intelligence being insulted. That's all I ask for. Like, just don't insult my fucking intelligence. If there's people you gotta blame, it's not just TKO. You can't just blame TKO because they're the parent company of WWE. You gotta blame Triple H. You gotta blame Nick Khan. You gotta blame Talent Relations. You gotta blame those three. Because they do it every single year. You did it with Vince, do it with Triple H. Hold this man accountable. Hold this man accountable. Because sooner or later, he's going to be a scapegoat. They're going to see him as a scapegoat. I just don't know what else I could add to this, but just support those who will let go. It's not the end of the world. Steph DeLander said the best thing that happened to her was she got released by WWE, and she's doing the best work of her career right now. Right now. So to all the wrestlers, pick your head up. To all those names that I mentioned, everything's going to be fine. You're going to get through this. And the best revenge, I wouldn't say revenge, the best way to stick it to this company, prove them wrong. Prove how much of a mistake you made by letting me go. That's the best revenge. But that's all I got to say on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if I ever do more wrestling style videos like this, like talking about pro wrestling, I might make it a thing. I don't know. I'm still debating about that. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a like. It's free. And take care. Take care.